For Your Money this noon, how are you handling your long-term financial well-being?
What strategies are you using to deal with any type of financial crisis? Just putting it on credit card or allowing it to pile up? Your choice could make a difference in that well-being.
Andy Mattingly with Forum Credit Union is here to talk about ways to lessen the impact of a crisis, and crisis is never a good word to use.
No.
So what is the first step in dealing with this?
Well, the first thing is to get an objective review. You don't want it to be doom and gloom, but you don't want to be all rosy. Really try to figure out where you are and be objective about that.
Okay, so where do you go once you get that realistic view?
Once you get that realistic view, then do a spending review so you can figure out why you got to where you were.
Understanding what we spend doesn't usually get us out of debt. So what else do we need to know to deal with this crisis?
Well, now comes the thing that no one wants to do, which is to make a budget. Because from that budget, you're going to have to get extra income and reduce expenses. That's the only way you're going to get out of a financial crisis.
So what's the number one mistake people make?
The number one mistake, without question, is that people they don't take a long-term view. They make a lot of short-term decisions, and sometimes they put things off, and then it's worse in the future.
It's all about strategy.
Yes.
Which ones could have that negative effect?
Well, a lot of times people, when they're making decisions, they start with their retirement savings. They either stop it, or they borrow against it, or the worst one is that they completely take it out, and that's a big mistake.
What's another trap when you are trying to solve one of these?
You want the quick fix. You think there's a quick way to get out of it, and there is no quick way to get out of a financial crisis.
Okay, so we're talking about getting out of it. How do we avoid this altogether? It seems simple. What's the best way to avoid this?
To avoid it is to have a financial plan. Start building those things like a budget and have an emergency fund and those types of things. It may not keep you from getting into it, but it's a lot easier to get out if you kind of have that foundation.
At what point, though, should someone turn to the expert?
Well, if you're not sure where to go and you need help, you definitely should turn to an expert because they can really talk you through all the things that you need to do. Sometimes we need someone to tell us to cut out that extra cup of coffee.
And if people want to find an expert, where can they find you, Andy?
At forumcu.com.
All right, Andy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, David Cameron is out to